Hello and welcome to another Xterra video where I work on my truck. Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. And on today's video I'm gonna be installing more lights on my truck. I know, where else can I install the lights? But trust me guys, this was part of the plan. I had it planned to be installed for a long time, as always. And what my plan is to install 2 lights on the driver's side, 2 lights on the passenger side, and last but not least 2 lights in the rear looking back. That way, whenever I'm dark on a trail or somewhere, I can turn out all the lights and I can see all around me. So I was looking around which lights to get, and I decided to go again with the Auxbeam because I have them on my bumper. So that's what I'm planning to install on my truck. I'm gonna have 2 lights on each side, on the driver, passenger and the rear, and they have a little nice twist to it. So let me show you guys the lights. So this is the lights I got, guys. It's a Auxbeam, and I believe this is a new model. So let's open it up. All right, and of course we have a sticker. That's very important. We have our hardware over here, which looks pretty good. We have a wiring harness, which also looks pretty good, exception I don't really like this style of buttons, but it is what it is. But the important stuff is right here, the lights itself, and this looks nice. This feels nice. I really like these plugs. They're supposed to be waterproof. This is very nice. But like I was saying, I got not 1 set, but I got 3 sets. So that's why I'm gonna have 2 lights on each side and 1 set in the back. So more lights here, and of course more lights here. So I have 6 lights in total. Now of course it comes with its own wiring harness. Like I said, this style of buttons I don't really like, but I guess in certain situation it works good. But what I'm gonna keep, I'm only gonna keep these wires, and I'm gonna cut them somewhere here probably, because I'm gonna start doing my own splices. But these plugs I'm gonna keep, that way I can always just simply connect and disconnect, and this is watertight, so that's a big plus. And it comes not with 1 but with 2 relays, so that's pretty cool, which I'm also not gonna use because I'm gonna have my own stuff there. So first I'm gonna start mounting all the lights on all the locations, and then I'm gonna start routing the wires from the lights itself to where all my splice is gonna be, which is gonna be in that wet box on the top of Xterra. I have a splice point, so that's where I'm gonna wire them all up. But before we do that, I really want to show you guys the feature of these lights, how they work, because not only they have a white light, but they have also built-in day running light, amber light over here, and I think that's gonna look really cool when all my lights are on and the amber lights are on the side. So let me try to turn them on. Just 12-volt battery. I know this is my negative over here. If I touch this post over here, it's gonna be white light, and that's pretty bright, just coming off the battery. And if I test this one, there you go, that's how the amber light's gonna look. I think that's pretty cool. I really like it. It's gonna give some nice feature to the truck, so it can be easily spotted on the road. Now these lights, they do come with a very nice set of hardware that includes everything from washers, lug washers, nuts and bolts, which doesn't look to be a very skinny bolts. They're pretty nice sized bolts, but I'm not using them just because the way I'm installing it to my super struts over here, and I'm using those spring nuts over there with a 3/16 bolts. So depending on your setup it might be different, but this is what I'm using in here on the passenger side and in the rear. Now because of the awning on the driver's side, I'm gonna have to do it a little bit different, but in a way it's actually gonna be good, because what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna mount the lights over here underneath like that, underneath the awning, and that's gonna be pretty good. Whenever I have deployed my awning, I still have light underneath the awning, so that's pretty good I think. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna mount lights over here. I'm gonna take this bolt, the 3/8 bolt out. It's only 1.5 inch, and I'm gonna replace it with a set of 2-inch bolts. That way it's gonna go all the way through, and on this side it's gonna be sticking out, so I can put a nut on it. So that's the plan. Alright, and the easy part is done. All the lights are mounted, but now comes the hard and the most time-consuming part, is to wire them all up. Now if you have a more simple setup, you're gonna put those lights on the hood or on a bumper somewhere. That's very straightforward. With the provided wire harness, you just wire it up to your battery, run the switch lead to the inside, and you're pretty much done. In my case, it gets a little bit more elaborated, so that's what I'm gonna work on. I'm gonna start wiring them all up, and then I'm guys gonna show you how I wired them up. So because I'm gonna reuse these plugs, actually I'm gonna cut the wiring harnesses, so I'm gonna end up with this length of wire, which is pretty good. That should be more than enough to wire up all the lights. Well, I'm gonna have three of them, one for the rear lights and one for each side. So I'm gonna mark them, that way I know which one is for which, and gonna wire them up. Alright guys, so I got all my wires over here to this is my rear lights, and 2 wires for each side. So now I'm gonna work on splicing them all up over here. I have my spare wires here, seal the connections, close this up, and then I'm gonna work under the hood, wiring them up to my VO switch. So all the wiring up there is done. So all I have to do now is to get my spare wires. I have 2 spare wires here, and I already have 1 spare wire here, which is gonna be for my 2 side lights. So that can be tied in here now. And then I'm gonna get 2 more wires, which one gonna go here for my rear lights, but the second wire from here, which is gonna be for the amber day running lights, I'm actually gonna tie in with my grill lights. So whenever I turn on the amber lights, my grill lights, my side lights, all the amber lights is gonna be lit up as well. I think that's gonna be pretty cool. Alright, and all the wiring is over here is done as well. So now all my relays, fuses and everything is actually occupied over here, and I decided not to wire up those side amber lights to my grill lights, but instead to be on a fuse and with a relay I wired it up over here, the same place where I have my day running lights over here. So they're not gonna draw a lot of power, so it's okay that they share in the relay and a fuse. But other than that, I believe everything is wired up. So now I'm gonna close everything and it's time to test it. Alright guys, so this is the initial look, how the amber lights look. I think they look pretty good. I know those lights are lower than the other ones, but I don't think that's too bad, because like I was saying, I can always deploy my awning now, and I can use the lights to illuminate under. But in theory, why would you need awning during the night? I never thought about it. Oh well. Maybe I'm gonna change that, but the lights look pretty good. So now if I turn one of the lights, let's say the side lights, and the side lights are on, they look pretty bright. They look pretty bright, but I'm gonna go and test them when it's gonna get dark. And here we go guys, this is a test. This is how much light it outputs. I mean, I probably have to aim the lights a little bit, but just look at this, how much light I have on the sides now. Here in the back, you can clearly see how much they're shooting over there, and you can see over there as well. You see they're not aimed properly yet. I just installed it, I couldn't wait to get out and test them, but look at that. So now let me turn the lights off and we're gonna see what is the difference. So now the lights are off and you can clearly see that it's dark. But look at the amber light. I really like how the amber light looks. Really, really, really cool. Nice. I'm very happy how the lights turned out. Even those lights that underneath the awning, I may move them up above the awning later. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. I have all the lights are on the truck. My side lights, my rear lights, my bumper lights, my light bar. my hood lights, which I actually aim to shoot to the side, so now I have pretty clear view around the truck. It illuminates it pretty good. I'm pretty happy how the lights are looking. With the side lights I can actually see what I'm doing over here, and as I was setting up over here I had a visitor from a police officer, but he was just really impressed with the truck. He wanted to check it out and he just walked all the way around it, and he checked inside. He was pretty happy. He was really excited to see this truck. And then as I'm sitting up over here talking to the officer, another guy came over and asked if I have if the officer has the jumper cables, but he's not allowed to do a jump start. But I had a jump unit that I had for like 2 years now, so I gave it that to him. Let's hope he brings it back.
You're the man. I figured if anybody had one, it'd be you.
Right, I better have it, because
yeah,
there's been a couple of times on the trail guys needed that, or like somebody had a puncture tire, we had to plug that in.
Always gotta have a plug kit.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, man, I'll leave you to it. Just want to let you know the park is closing soon.
Okay, yeah, I just...
But give me another 10, 15, 25 minutes.
That's all I need.
All right?
I appreciate it.
Appreciate your help. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you very much.
Alright, man, get home safe.
Yeah. So the lights, they look pretty great, and I actually have a couple of photos I'm gonna show you guys, where I first have just my headlights, and then it's a combination of different lights, as my side lights, my light bar. So the first photo is just my headlights. So as you can see, it doesn't show pretty good. I mean, you can see just a little bit. Then the next photo is gonna be my headlights and my side lights. So now we get a little bit better view. The next photo is gonna be my headlights, my side lights, and my light bar. So once again, it's a little bit better view over there, but nothing compares when I turn my 7-inch Auxbeam bumper lights. They shoot out pretty far. And now on top of all of that, I have my side lights and my rear lights, so all the lights are on, and now I can clearly see everything around my truck. So that's pretty great. Now I can go on any night excursions, which I'm actually planning to do soon, hopefully. So cannot wait to test all of that out. And there you go, guys. Another light upgrade is done, which was part of my plan for a long time, to have everything set up the way it is, to have bumper lights, hood lights, light bar, and lights on the sides. So finally, with the Auxbeam lights, it's all complete. And I think those lights look pretty good. They are very bright, and the function of amber daylight light is pretty cool as well. So the installation was not that complicated. Well, it's even easier if you're just gonna install it in your hood, on your bumper, but in my case I always complicate things, but it is done. So I'm very pleased and happy with the performance of those lights. So as always, I'm gonna leave all the links in the description if you guys want to check those lights out, and always feel free to ask me any questions. I'll do my best to answer them. So on this note, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you might find it helpful, and as always, until next time, everybody, bye.